I think this was the poem, Jack, the first time I ever came down to Norfolk and shared an open mic. And there are just only so many times in your life you get to read your poem about the autopsy experience. This is called Introduction. There's just something about the way a dead body sloshes in its pink embalming ooze. The first time you raise the corpse out of its stainless steel bed. You undrape the body, one limb at a time, and cover the head out of respect. Notice painted fingernails, scars, stretch marks. You follow the course of veins and arteries, some still dark with clotted blood, their paths the only roadmap through muscle and fascia and muck. You tease out nerves. Think how such prying would have felt had this patient been alive. You cringe. Open up the chest, cut through ribs with an electric saw as you work, smelling the dry, acrid, unmistakable smoke of burnt bone. You take out the lungs. Holding them in your hands, you feel how strangely sponge-like all those little air sacs really are, even without oxygen. Next, you remove the heart. You weigh it, string your fingers through its 4 chambers, and slice it open to examine their walls. You wonder if it ever felt pain, ever sped up with excitement, or anticipation, or making love. But you are not allowed such romance for long. Next is the belly, all its wet, slippery intestinal life juices more pungent in death. By the end of this, you will know if this patient had gallstones or an appendectomy, and whether or not she had taken a shit before she died. You move lower, examine even her sex, cutting away labia, wincing, follow the vagina up from start to finish, even piercing her clit, noticing that it looks like a tiny penis, and I wonder what this says for gender equality. But then, finally, it is time to uncover her face. You pause, lift the towel. By now the skin is sunken, cheekbones made more prominent, sockets deep and hollow. Her eyes are halfway open, and you can see that they were once a bright, bright blue. A strong face once, an old face. She could have been somebody's grandmother. Would somebody be disturbed if he knew how Granny was being carved up? Delicately, you start to shave away skin, etching out nerves and vessels, avoiding her eyes as long as possible. Her hair is gray and stringy, matted by the fluid supposed to preserve her molding body. Her naked face, devoid of skin and life and expression and everything, looks like a mask for some ancient death rite. Thank you.